How did you cope after being abandoned? I was 7 when my mom just didn't come home one day. I remember sitting at the kitchen table, my homework all spread out, waiting for her to help me with my spelling words like she always did. My dad kept calling her, but it went straight to voicemail. At first, we thought maybe something had happened, like an accident or something. But then we found the note. She wrote that she couldn't do this anymore and needed to find herself, whatever that means when you have a child. My dad really tried. He stepped up the best he could, but he was always working long hours. I could see the stress eating at him. Eventually, he started drinking more. I spent a lot of time with our neighbor Molly. She was kind, but already had 4 kids of her own, so I just became another body in the mix. Then when I was 12, he left too. Dropped me off at Molly's one morning, said he had to go to work, and never came back. He left a voicemail for Molly saying he was sorry, he just couldn't handle it anymore, and that his sister Annabelle would come pick me up. So yeah, both parents gone before I even hit middle school. Cool. Aunt Annabelle did take me in, but it was obvious she felt more obligated than anything else. She treated me like I was this strange little puzzle she didn't know how to solve. Like, what kind of kid gets abandoned twice? And honestly, I wondered the same thing. I started to believe there must be something fundamentally wrong with me, that I was so broken or unlovable that even my own parents looked at me and said, nah, I'm good. So I coped by becoming invisible. I tried to take up as little space as possible. I got straight A's, kept my room spotless, never asked for anything, never invited friends over, though I didn't have many anyway. I just thought if I could be perfect, nobody would have a reason to leave me again. When I was about 15, I went through this phase where I became obsessed with finding them. Spent hours online, social media, people finder sites, anything. I found my mom's Facebook. She was living in Arizona, had 2 more kids, and looked perfectly happy. I messaged her. She never replied. My dad was harder. No online presence. Aunt Annabelle refused to talk about him. It was like he vanished into thin air. In high school, I started acting out. Nothing huge, cutting class, being mouthy, staying out too late. Part of me wanted Annabelle to kick me out too. To prove my theory, I was unlovable, unwanted, but she didn't. She'd just sigh and say, "Is this really who you want to be?" Which somehow hurt even more than if she'd yelled. Things didn't start to shift until college. I had this psych professor who specialized in childhood trauma. She recommended this book about abandonment, and I stayed up all night reading it. There was one line that absolutely wrecked me. Children who are abandoned don't wonder what's wrong with the parent who left. They wonder what's wrong with themselves. I just sat there and cried, because that was me. For years, I'd been asking what I did wrong. What was wrong with me? Instead of realizing they were the broken ones. They were the adults who gave up. They were the ones who failed, not me. Last year, I finally found my dad. He was working at a gas station in a small town 2 hours away. I drove there not even sure what I was going to say. I just parked and sat in my car watching him through the window for an hour. He looked tired, older than I remembered, smaller, somehow. I never got out, just drove home.